Hi, this is Jeremy Hooper. This video clip will be part of my submission for ASCI 645, Airport Operations and Management, Airport Research Paper on Los Angeles International Airport. Now, by far the easiest and most fun way to get to know the terminals at LAX is to visit the interactive map on the Los Angeles World Airports website. You can see we have it pulled up here, and you can see how the terminals are laid out around the airport. You can see the North Complex runways up here and the South Complex runways down here. And then this is the central terminal area where we have terminals 1 and terminals 2/terminal 3 up here on the north side. And on the south side, we have terminals 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the regional terminal. And to the west side of the central terminal complex, we have the Tom Bradley International Terminal connected via underground tunnel to the west gates at Tom Bradley. Now, to get to learn each terminal a little better, we can select it from the menu here, Terminal 1. It zooms in on Terminal 1. We can click on Level 2 for ticketing and check-in. And we can see the airlines that operate out of that respective terminal. So Terminal 1, mainly occupied by Southwest Airlines, but you can see we also have Allegiant and Viva Aerobus that fly out of here. If we want to check out the departures level and zoom in, we can look at the various restaurants and concessionaires that occupy Terminal 1. Now, if we want to come over to Terminal 3, it's actually a combination of Terminal 2 over here and Terminal 3. But for simplicity, we're just calling it Terminal 3 because all the customers check in the central processor, and then they branch out depending on if they're going out of one of the 20 gates or one of the 30 gates. So this is Delta Airlines operation now, and the recently completed project to reconstruct Terminal 3. And if we want to look at the departures level, we can see the various concessions and restaurants and shopping that's available for customers leaving out of Terminal 2 as well as out of Terminal 3. Moving down to the South Complex, we'll start with Terminals 4 and 5. Now this is where American Airlines flies out of here at LAX. On the departures level, you can see that there's plenty of amenities, restaurants, shopping available for customers on American Airlines out of Terminals 4 and also Terminal 5. It's also possible to catch a bus down here to the regional terminal. It's affectionately called the Eagle's Nest because if you're going to fly on American Eagle out of LAX, you catch a bus over here to this regional terminal. Moving on to Terminal 6, this is where you're going to find some of the smaller airlines, such as Alaska, Air Canada, Mokulele. And of course, looking at the departures level, you can see there's plenty of concessionaires available for customers leaving out of Terminal 6. Moving on to Terminal 7 and Terminal 8. Now this is where you're going to fly United Airlines. Check in at Terminal 7. If you happen to be in one of the 80s gates, then you'll walk over here to Terminal 8 after you clear security. Zooming in, you can see restaurants, newsstands, bars that are available for customers out of Terminal 8 and also out of Terminal 7. Now, the pride and joy here at LAX is the Tom Bradley International Terminal. Sits over here on the west side of the Central Terminal Complex, sometimes called Terminal B. Now, if you take off out of Bradley Terminal, you can check in with any number of international airlines that you've ever heard of in this huge lobby area. And once you clear security, Tom Bradley actually looks a lot more like a shopping mall than it looks like an airport. Plenty of shopping available, restaurants upstairs, airline clubs. And you can catch an underground escalator, walk over here to the brand new west gates at Tom Bradley over here. Now, it's also possible they don't show it to you here. You might be bussed out to the west gates. Not the west gates, but the remote gates out here at LAX. If you happen to be assigned one of those gates, they don't put it on here so as to not confuse people, but you would generally walk downstairs to this portion of Tom Bradley and they would bus you out there to the remote gates. Another interesting tidbit here is that it is actually possible to access any gate from any other gate at LAX without exiting security. It's not necessarily a very straightforward process. The one exception here is that Terminal 1 is sealed off right here, at least to the general public, while they do construction here on this connector. And if you come into Terminal 3/Terminal 2 over here, you can actually catch a bus over here at Gate 24. I know they show the bus gate down here in the connector, but this is under construction. So right now you catch a bus out of Gate 24 that brings you over here to this downstairs portion of Tom Bradley. You can walk upstairs. You can come to the central food court area, and you can either go underground, come over here to the west gates, or you can walk under this connector over here to Terminal 4. And then if you want to get over to Terminal 5 or 6, you walk under this underground tunnel. It kind of looks like it's a secret tunnel that you're not supposed to be on there, but you can walk down here over here to Terminal 5, continue underground tunnel over here to Terminal 6. And then you can stay above ground to walk over here to Terminal 7 and Terminal 8 as well. And that concludes this overview of the terminals at LAX.